Welcome to Leadership Minutes. I want to talk to you today about 6 fundamental truths regarding leadership. These truths are not the end-all be-all, but they are important factors if you're going to do anything with leadership. If you're going to lead, you actually have to kind of get out in front and lead. If you're not leading, you're following. So we need to understand and know the truths involved in this situation we call leadership. The first one would be, of course, you can only lead what you can manage. If you can't manage it, you can't lead it. Emotion is really important for motivation, but organization is necessary for management. If you can't get organized, you can't manage. And so you have to put in fundamental structures that will help you to organize, help you to manage the things that you're doing. In order to lead properly, you have to have proper management structures. And so in the end, you will only ever lead what you can manage. The second thing is that you can only expand through delegation. If you can't delegate, if you can't tell somebody else what to do or even ask somebody else what to do, you're never going to go where you need to go. You can't get people involved if you're not willing to delegate. Many people are waiting to have something given to them. Many people are waiting for you to ask them to do something. But oftentimes as leaders, we think that we can only get the job done if we're doing it all ourselves. This will inhibit our growth and inhibit our development always. The third thing that you need to know is that you can only grow through discipline. If you can't discipline yourself and grow, then you'll never be able to discipline other people and grow, because what you do speaks to them far louder than what you say. So if your life lacks discipline, their lives will lack discipline. You'll always have people around you who lack discipline, but that doesn't mean that you as a leader should lack discipline. So as a leader, set some things in motion for yourselves. Get a reading program, get a study program of some kind, take in a conference, do something to help yourself grow in the area of discipline, and you'll benefit in your long-term leadership. You can only be confident by controlling your insecurities. It doesn't matter who you are, you're going to deal with insecurities. None of us are so brave and so bold that we don't have an insecurity in a certain area. So if we're going to have insecurities, we have to learn how to control them. Oftentimes insecurity will prevent us from being able to do what we're being led to do and what we need to do. And so at the end of the day, take those insecurities, find a way of burying them, find a way of dealing with them, bolster yourself, empower yourself somehow, some way, but deal with the insecurities, because insecurities will restrict what you're able to do. You can only excel if you're willing to sacrifice. Not many people are willing to sacrifice. Today in our culture, sacrifice is not a word that people like to use much. But as a leader, you need to learn how to sacrifice. No one else will sacrifice if you don't. If you expect others to sacrifice, but you won't sacrifice, you're going to be doing a lot of things by yourself. Your ability and your willingness to sacrifice is what will set you apart from the people that you're leading. You'll have to do more. You need to be just ahead of them always. You need to do a little bit more. You need to put in a few more hours a day. You need to sacrifice, or those following you will never sacrifice. And you can only lead if you can live with your choices. If you can't live with your choices, I guarantee that nobody else will live with those choices. And as leaders, we don't always make the right choice. When we're moving forward, there are things that we set in motion that will end up costing us. Some things don't work, but we have to learn to live with those choices. And once you've decided to lead, once you've decided to move forward, then you have to move forward. If you don't, people will lose confidence in your leadership. So sometimes you make a choice, and partway into it you realize, why did I do this? Why have I set this in motion? You need to fulfill that task. You need to fulfill that commitment, because if you don't, people will automatically stop following you. So the Leadership Minutes is all about trying to give you something in a few minutes that will help you to grow and develop as a leader. Have a great day.